لا تلوحوا فليس يجدي العويل ليس يجدي سوى سيوف تصول كل شيء سوى الجهاد وراء لا بيان ولا خطاب طويل.
Tawheed is the maker of men, is the maker of legends. من المؤمنين رجال. In another verse, رجال لا تلهيهم. Allah said, هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم. He sent among the illiterate a messenger from amongst them, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, reciting to them the verses and purifying them and teaching them the book, because verily before that they had been in manifest error. وَإِن كَانُوا مِن قَبْلِ لَفِي ضَلَالٍ مُبِينٍ. The reality of the promise in this verse was fulfilled during the leadership of the four khulafa, who lived by tawheed, by يَعْبُدُونَنِي لَا يُشْرِكُونَ بِشَيْئًا. There was no better leaders than them. They established the pure millat Ibrahim Hanifa. If that promise was not fulfilled to them, then there would be no one worthy of that promise. Did Allah fulfill His promise to them? Let's contemplate history and look and see. During Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu's very short khilafah, even though the apostates all united against him, everyone turned against Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu. I say everyone. Did he give in? Did Abu Bakr as-Siddiq say, okay, let the majority rule? Did he say, let Musaylim al-Kadhdhab go about in his way? Did he say, let the majority who wanted idol worshipping rule? Did he say, let the majority who wanted to abolish zakat rule? Did he say, let Musaylim who claimed messengerhood rule? Did he say that all the groups who united against Islam and formed a unified majority against Islam, a fact that no one can deny? Did Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu say, let's bring out the ballots? In Abu Bakr's khilafah after the death of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, everyone turned on Abu Bakr as-Siddiq except Mecca, Medina and Taif, in a little town in the western part of the Arabian Peninsula. Did he let them rule? Why didn't he let the majority rule? There were three groups who turned against Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, who were considered apostates. A group who went back to worshiping statues, and another group who denied the zakah, and a third group who claimed that Musaylim al-Kadhdhab was a messenger from Allah. Did Abu Bakr, they all united against Abu Bakr. Did Abu Bakr show any weakness? Did he say, let me become a deluded sellout? Did he say, let's compromise people? That's not Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu. Did he waver? Do you know his golden quote that he mentioned in a time, in a setting like that, when the world of his time flipped on him? In Al-Tabari and others narrated, he said, أَيَنْقُصُ الدِّينُ وَأَنَا حَيٍّ. Is this deen going to be any less than it was when the Prophet ﷺ was alive? While I'm alive, either it's going to be that it's going to be just like it was during the Prophet ﷺ's time, or I'm going to be a dead man. He knew his means to victory was not dependent on the quality or quantity of the enemies, or their number, or what they had. He was taught by his best friend sallallahu alaihi wasallam that remaining steadfast on the firm tawheed is what achieves victory in the face of the enemies, and he did exactly that. Listen to this man. Listen to this man at that precise moment when the world turned on him. The soft-hearted, soft-spoken, the soft-hearted, soft-spoken man whose voice didn't come out in salah because he used to cry so much. Listen how daring he became. Wallahi la uqatilanna man farraqa bayna as-salati waz-zakah. Wallahi, I will fight anyone who distinguishes between salah and zakah. Abu Ya'la related that there was an ijma' of the Sahaba on considering those who denied the zakah as apostates. It was also the opinion of Al-Bukhari rahimahullah, and Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah, and Muhammad ibn Ibrahim of the contemporary scholars, and many others. Bargain with them, Abu Bakr. Why don't you bargain with them, Abu Bakr? Let them slaughter the Muslims, Abu Bakr. Let Musaylima rule a portion of Yamama. He's far away. Why don't you let him rule it? Sit with them, Abu Bakr, and interfaith. Let them claim idol worshiping. Let the others claim Musaylima as a messenger. And let the believers in Muhammad believe, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and then at the end of the day, just pray for peace altogether. That's the deluded munafiqeen of today, but that's not Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr was the number one leaf of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's tree. Abu Bakr radiallahu anh, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam raised lions of Tawheed, not emotional, unstable wrecks. أينقص الدين وأنا حي والله لأقاتلن من فرق بين الصلاة والزكاة. Wallahi, I will fight whoever distinguishes between salah and zakah. Wallahi, if they deprive me of a iqal, of a little rope, of a little tether they used to give to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wallahi, I will fight them to give that little rope. والله لو منعوني عقالا كانوا يؤدونه إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لقاتلتهم عليه. But Abu Bakr radiallahu anh, you're weak, they're strong. Years and years after the death of Abu Bakr radiallahu anh, Umar, in an authentic hadith, as At-Tabari and others related, he used to say, I wish my entire life of deeds was equivalent to the deeds of Abu Bakr on that one day when he saved Islam against the apostates. He means, I wish everything I ever did of deeds could be equivalent to the day when Umar stood firm against the apostates, saving this ummah. There's no weakness with pure tawheed. The measures are different, because with the true pure tawheed, the measures turn to heavenly ones, and those no one can explain. If you were to ask Abu Bakr as-Siddiq at that moment, how are you going to fight all those people, Abu Bakr? Only 3-4 towns with the superpowers who are like vultures looking for an opportunity to attack you. How are you going to do that, Abu Bakr? That's a deadly suicide way of thinking. His answer would be what his best friend established firm in him 12 years before that, when they were in the dark cave together. When they were alone in the cave, 2 men with a bounty on their heads and everyone in hot pursuit of them. Abu Bakr is worried radiallahu an about his best friend sallallahu alayhi wasallam. His friend teaches him in that dark cave, لا تحزن إن الله معنا. Don't be sad, don't be worried, don't be afraid. Allah is with us. That's Tawheed. Allah is with us. What do you think about 2? Allah is their 3rd. He's establishing Tawheed in him. If Allah is with you, who can be against you? Who dare be against you? If Allah is against you, who can dare and be with you? What happened? What happened when Abu Bakr remained firm on the Tawheed? يَعْبُدُونَنِي لَا يُشْرِكُونَ بِشَيْءٍ, in the most difficult times this ummah ever seen. When he remained firm on that Tawheed, he knew there's going to be a trial. He knew there's going to be a test. Some Sahaba are going to be chosen to be martyrs, but that's part of the path. That's part of our way. He passed the test of being firm, irregardless of the difficulties he faced. But what's the result? Not only did he regain full control with no compromise over the apostates, over the deniers of the zakah, over the statue worshippers, and everyone who renegated against him. That wasn't only it, but he expanded. His Khalid ibn al-Walid was in Persia, in Iran. From the other side, his Abu Ubaidah radiallahu anh was in Bilad al-Sham. His Amr ibn al-As was in Egypt. All that in less than 2 years, 3 months, and some odd days. That was the length of the Khilafah of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. With deficiency in Tawheed, today, they spend decades disoriented and perplexed, looking for an enemy to embrace, or an enemy to accept them, or even an enemy to pat them on their back. I ask you by Allah, would Palestine have remained in the status that it's in today for 70 years if Abu Bakr was alive and living? يَعْبُدُونَنِي لَا يُشْرِكُونَ بِشَيْءٍ remained as it was under the giant Umar ibn Khattab. Now, during the time of Umar, all of Sham was under La ilaha illallah. All of Egypt. Then they were near the stronghold of the Romans near Constantinople. Then Uthman and Ali carried on the legacy of La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Within less than a century after the state of Medina was established, Islam was near China, and then Morocco and Spain and Cyprus, and from the other side Iraq and Khurasan and the Ahwaz. With يَعْبُدُونَنِي لَا يُشْرِكُونَ بِشَيْءٍ Islam was spreading at a lightning speed. Islam was knocking at the doorsteps of the lands that you're in today, Kenya, within less than decades after the sun of Islam shined in Mecca. يَعْبُدُونَنِي لَا يُشْرِكُونَ بِشَيْئًا. It's simple. It's easy, but it needs to be fulfilled. So Allah, when they fulfilled it, Allah fulfilled يَسْتَخْلِفَنَّهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ, leadership on the earth. Allah fulfilled يُمَكِّنَنَ لَهُمْ دِينَهُمْ, made Islam supreme. Allah fulfilled changing their fear into security.